What's up? What's up? What's up, beautiful people? It's Pretty Girl Loves Trap content, and we are here to discuss Winning Time Season 2, Episode 5. Y'all, it's the mid-season recap, all right? And I have my girl sliding through in just a quick little moment. But yes, I'm excited to talk about this episode with her because I need some extra thoughts here. I have my own thoughts, but I need to know her thoughts on what's going down in Laker Town. Okay, are you ready? Okay. Yes, yes, yes. We have Moochie. What's going on?
What's up?
Yes, I'm excited. We kind of reunited, and it feels so
I
good.
have been so busy where I wasn't able to cover this like how I wanted to.
I know.
Like I went like with life. So and then now we got this. I'm so glad you had asked me to jump on with you. So now I could catch up and things of that nature. And now I got somebody to bounce off with too. So this is cool with me.
Yeah, so I'm excited because it's a lot going on, a lot of drama, a lot of conflicting thoughts that I have in my head. I'm not even gonna lie, especially with this episode. So I definitely want to know your thoughts. Whoever channel y'all are watching it on, please make sure y'all liking this video, subscribe to all the things. And if you watching a replay, hashtag replay because I know a lot of you guys watch the replay. So
all right, so we are live on Facebook as well.
Yes.
So we can see your comments.
Yes.
Make your comments. Let's engage. Let's chat it up, y'all.
Yes, yes, yes. And this is not my normal day. I typically review this. I normally do it on Mondays, but with the holiday and life and just exhaustion, we here in the hump day. But that's all right. So Moochie, let's get into it. I have a lot of notes here, because I didn't get a chance to get a bunch of, we have a little cute visual collage for y'all to know, the main
point. Like that sometimes. You good.
So, Moochie, it starts off right. Bus, he's in the midst of a press conference, and it seems to be, on the heels of what Magic said. He said he wanted to be traded last episode. He wasn't happy. And now, everybody's asking Bus, like, what's going on, with Westhead, Magic, like, who you choosing? Because, apparently it can't be both of them, right? Which is sad. So earlier that day, because we kind of take a little little rewind situation. We flash back. And the team is in Salt Lake City, right? And it's snowing. Okay. Right. And they're pretty much, the team is asking, but like, Westhead, like, what's up? Like, how is it going to, for the situation? Well, they was really asking Riley. And Riley, he's concerned too, because normally, with the head coach, they choose their coaching staff. So more so often, the assistant coaches kind of go to. So Riley is a little, concerned, and his sense of urgency is high because he's like, oh, if some beef with Westhead, I may be going too, because we already know the commitment with Magic right now. 25 million, 25 years. Like, what do you think about this situation between the coach and the player? Like,
I'll wait till I feel like with this, he got him because he was wet behind the ears. Mm-hmm. And Magic ain't seen that kind of money. He's a 20-year-old. Yes. That's money like that he never seen in his lifetime. His parents, none of them seen it. So of course he's gonna grab the apple. You know what I'm saying? Yes. So yeah. So I get that. But the way it was done was very sloppy. And then how it leaked out was even worse. And it just was like, now it looks like there's a power struggle going on.
Yeah. I agree. And the team, they were questioning, like, what's going on, who's is going to be. And Riley is asking Westhead as well, like, what's going on? Like, are you going to talk to, he was still giving him suggestions like, hey, I think you should talk to the front office and kind of get your side of the story to kind of get ahead of it. And Westhead is just really just not paying Riley any attention, and it's frustrating because from my point of view, well, anybody's point of view, Riley has more experience with this league. He was a player, of course he's been coaching, along, Westhead, but he's been playing in the league. He's a veteran, so why not take his advice? But Westhead is so far up his own, you know what?
No,
He don't want to listen. I'm like, bro, like, what are we doing here? So the reporters come through. They're asking Westhead, like, what's going on? And he pretty much telling them, like, hey, Magic, he's immature, he's young, this is going to fly over, yada, yada, yada. But it's real tense on the bus. Like, it's a lot.
It's real tense. And it looked like the whole team looked like they kind of mad at Magic right now.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's stirring all this drama. Of course, I feel like there's a little animosity regarding this whole contract situation. And Magic, he's really looking like a little crybaby.
Exactly.
A spoiled brat.
Mm-hmm.
So Bus, he's having a meeting with the front office, Bill and Jerry, and he doesn't understand. He's like, yo, I done gave this kid all this money, all this, security. And here he's over here just making a fool out of us. But Wes was like, Westhead, he's an issue too. Wes does not care for Westhead at all.
I was glad he said something about that because he was trying to make it look like it's all Magic, and it's really not.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. It's a combination of things going on. Hey Monique, hey Cool Gamer, Rashana, thank y'all for coming through. So make sure y'all please like the video on whoever's channel it is. And subscribe if you're not subscribed to the other person, because that's what we do here. But
that's what we do.
Yes. So we're at the hamburger Hamlet, with the Westheads. This is the first time we're seeing Paul's wife and daughter. And I'm like, okay, when you start bringing family, it's looking kind of bad. We guys started to get a glimpse of his life, and his wife and daughter's over there surprised, first of all, that he's there. And they're all shook too. They're nervous. They're like, okay, have you talked to him? Like, what's going on? And he's reassuring them, like, hey, it's okay. It's going to blow over. Magic's going to be reprimanded, blah, blah, blah. But the daughter was like, Dad, you're going to get fired.
You came straight here? Huh? You came straight here?
Yes. He was like, well, my meeting was postponed. I'm like, that's not a good thing. Like, even she's clearly, he said she was 2 months in college, so I'm going to give her a good 18. So the fact that she's 18 and you're probably over here 40 years old, you can't see the forest for the trees. Like, what?
His daughter was like, Magic Johnson's more popular than Rick Springfield.
Yeah, pretty much. She's
Jesse's girl.
Like, Magic is famous. Like, you should be worried. And it's funny because you could tell, because he was a high school coach. So they probably had a whole change in lifestyle. I personally was thinking, since she's 2 months in college, her college, situation is probably at stake. We don't know if she has a scholarship or he's splitting the bill, out of his own pocket. They probably bought a new house. They have a whole new situation. So I would be a little concerned too as the wife and daughter. Like, hey, you just introduced me to Rodeo Drive and whatnot, and now I gotta go back to Woolworth. Like, what we doing?
You done introduced me to the highlight, and now I might go back to where I'm carrying books like Marsha Brady in my hand. You know what I'm saying? Because this is the 80s. I had to bring y'all in.
Yeah, bring it back. You gotta bring it back.
Let y'all know.
So I get it. Like, I was really on the mom and daughter side. Like, yes, please check him because he's a little too comfortable right now. Yes, Monique, the daughter, she knew what's up. She was like, Dad,
heck yeah,
it's not going down. Hey, Tina, thank you for coming through. What's up, Candy Love? Thank you for coming through. But yes, he's not taking heed. Riley's over here giving him hints. His family's over here giving him hints. He's still just not paying any attention to these words that the people that's around him is, giving him. So, his daughter was like, you need to go ahead and deal with this. So he decided to go to the office, and he a little early. But he tries to go and meet with Bus, and his little assistant or receptionist is like, he's in a meeting right now. I can't, I'm not at liberty to say with who, but of course he knows more than likely who's in that meeting. So he turns around to go in his office. Moochie, this was so awkward. Bill and Wes over there in the other office got people's names on the boards, and he trying to peek through, like, what's going on, like, through the door. Like, it's obvious that they're looking for replacement. Yes, I'm sorry.
He really thought this was gonna fly over well with him. Like he was gonna really come out of this smelling like a rose.
Yeah. And to his defense, because I don't know, and like I said, this is a little before my time in terms of watching basketball, specifically in terms of how it works. But this seems to be like probably one of the first true major situations like this, where a player has so much say, just as more than a coach. So this is kind of new territory. So he's probably basing his experience based on, the past of the NBA, what he's familiar with. Like, there's no way a player is going to be able to trump me. Like, nah. Mm-hmm. So Paul goes into, his little office, and Magic, he sneaks through the back to go into West's office. So they have a little talk, and West was like, not West, sorry, Bus is asking Magic, like, what's it going to take? Like, you should have came to me. But Magic was like, yo, I did, and you try to play me. You try to have honey dips over there, try to distract me, from the situation. And I understood Bus's mentality last episode, because he was telling Magic, hey, I don't tell you what to do as a player. I don't tell West how to do as a coach. Y'all making all the money y'all need to get this together. Like, y'all do y'all, and I'm gonna do me. So I wasn't mad at that stance at all. Hey, Tamika, what's up? Yes, this was a good episode.
Hi, Tamika.
Monique said he wasn't a coach. LO, he was teaching literacy.
Yes. Listen, I felt like they was playing mediocre when he took over by himself. And Pat was helping out the majority of the way. But then once he sat Pat down, that's when they was winning, but not by a lot. Yeah. Not like how they was winning before.
No.
So, at this point, it looks like you're the problem.
Yeah.
Because now you don't put him, how I could say,
I'll be right back.
Put Magic in a box as far as how he's playing. So he's not comfortable with that. But, I don't think that was right that he, basically got his coach fired. But, I'm like, come on. You got to look at his point of view, too.
Yeah.
He wasn't doing a good job either. And he seemed like he was getting jealous that Magic was getting the attention anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I agree. And
rambling.
No, it wasn't rambling, because that's what Magic told him. Like, hey, we should be dominating the teams we barely beaten. Like, West had got us doing this elementary BS, this whole system thing. And of course, Bus is not trying to deal with a whole nother turnover with another coach. He's over it. He done been through too many coaches in the past 2 seasons. And he was trying to get Magic to have a little press conference saying, I'm sorry. And, to smooth things over. But he said, I'm done playing for that MF.
But you know what got me the most?
Mm-hmm.
That this press conference really took place this way.
Yes.
Yeah, they was just winging it.
Yes. I love the fact that they said it. This really happened.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Savannah.
Thank you for supporting, Savannah.
Shallow.
Yes, Moochie. I was like, of course, a lot of this is based on true fact, but the fact that they made it a point, like, this happened. And it's interesting because Bus is fairly new as an owner too. So he's a good talker, but at the same time, he's learning on how to handle, these situations, especially in the NBA, because it can get real fickle. Mm-hmm. But Magic, he stormed off. He stormed out of the meeting. And why did Westhead feel like it was appropriate to come out his office. Magic. It comes a day with people just they learn lessons. I still believe in you. I said, fool, this ain't the time for.
You know, he thought he was really gonna convince him like everything's all good with me and you.
Yes.
He already was at the point where it's either him or me too.
Yeah. Yeah.
And to top it off, he couldn't even really see what was going on there. I know you spoke about it, but I was laughing my behind off at how he was like, all them shades was pulled down. So once them shades was pulled down and he don't see what's going on in there, your freedom, not your freedom, your livelihood is in jeopardy.
Yes. Thank you, Savannah. Oh, she's blessing
He
both.
probably had the boo-boo and everything. I said he probably had the boo-boo and everything.
I know, boo-boo. He had a little pee coming out. We know. Them bowels be acting real funny. When that money looking funny, them bowels be looking funny. Monique said Paul wanted to get punched in the face by Magic Man. Move around. Yeah, it's like, out of all the times you want to be a punk and stay in your office, you should have did that this time too. Like, no.
Exactly. He stood in there the whole time when somebody was getting chewed out. I remember.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't come in there, didn't intervene, no nothing. Now all of a sudden you want to come out here and eavesdrop.
But I still feel like he still had a little cockiness in him. Like he still had this in the bag. So he goes in and have his little meeting with Bus. And he was like, if you want to know my thoughts, I think, just give it a couple days, it'll die down. He's like, we're letting you go. I was like, dang, that was fast. Ain't no foreplay and nothing. He just went straight.
And he put you up to this? Magic put you up to this? Johnson put you up to this? I think he says Irvin. Irvin put you up to this?
Oh, God. I think you're making a mistake, okay? He's like, I understand. I respect you, the boss. You the man. You can make these decisions. And I did agree. He did mention, like, hey, by doing this, you're giving Magic power. Which, technically, at the end of the day, it is Bus's decision. He's just choosing who to go with. But it kind of does look kind of bad a little bit.
But I'm sorry, he wasn't the guy. He wasn't the guy.
He wasn't.
He couldn't hold it together.
He wasn't.
Look, he couldn't hold it together, and Pat was pulling all the strings back then.
Yeah.
Pat was the person, maybe you should try this.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you should try that. You understand? And he had a better rapport with the people, but Westhead and Kareem did have a good relationship.
Yes, they did. The only thing, and that's the thing, I'm like, dang, I'm becoming a punk moochie because all season I'm like, Westhead, get out of here. Now I'm like, I feel a little bad, just a little bit.
I don't. I was like, bye. Let's get it in because now it's all coming. I want to see more. Once we know he's gone, now look. Get here. Now we know that. Like,
get out.
Yeah, get out the way. Exactly.
But I know I felt like just the sensitive side. I was like, dang, like
I'm sorry. Now the real issue's gonna start now.
Yeah, but this is why they pull our heartstrings by bringing the wife and the daughter in the mix. Because now I got they in the back of my head. Like,
I'm not thinking about none of that, yo. He's gonna be all right. He gonna land on his feet.
Then I would start thinking, like, how does this contract work? Like, are you gonna pay him through the end of this contract? I'm thinking about the money, child, because I'm like, how this gonna work?
Remember, I think he was on temporarily.
Yeah, because he asked for $1 million. That's what I was concerned about. Like, because, I know the NBA players get paid every Tuesday. They get paid every week. I don't know if the coach.
You said every Tuesday. Let me find out. Find out. Pretty girl back in the day. Somebody on payroll that was kidding her off with per diem.
I wish, child.
Look, we're going to throw that key back there. And we done.
I forgot where I found that out, but yeah, they get paid every Tuesday. So I'm like, how are you going to
somebody on payroll? Because pretty girl be doing the,
you don't know.
Exactly.
I don't know how to contract it because you know how players are when they get injured, they still get paid. So I don't know, like I don't know the terms and conditions, but
I don't know what coaches usually if you don't do what you say and they don't get a championship, you know your job is on the line. That's with college.
Yeah,
that's with the NBA.
Oh yeah, they don't
too
play.
many losing seasons and it's adios.
And I feel like the NFL is more cutthroat, I feel, than the NBA because they have less games. But the only reason why I felt bad because Paul said, "Hey, I got you a championship," and then Bus rebuttal say, "Hey, y'all lost the first round of last season," but I feel like that's partially due to Magic's, just his stubbornness. He didn't want to give it his all with the system. So at that point, I'm like, do we put? I mean, I give them both accountability. But I'm not gonna lie, a little part of me just like felt bad. And I'm like, dang, I was mad at myself for feeling bad for Westhead. I mean,
it's all right. I will console you.
But I'm ready for Riley's time. Don't get it twisted. But just like a 10% part of my heart.
I'm ready for Riley's time. I'm ready to see all of that. I'm ready to see the Detroit Bad Boys get into it because I know Brillo will be on for this because we're gonna talk about that. So I know once it starts picking up, I know I'm hoping people give this a chance because I don't think the ratings is doing so good.
I don't know either. And it's hard too because with this writer's strike, they really can't promote it, so that's not really healthy for a show that's probably already not getting enough advertising.
Yeah, they can't even come talk to nobody right now. Like even us, and then we're like. Nobody in Hollywood, so they can't even do that. That's like breaking that's like basically if they cross the picket line.
That's fact. So, and I don't want to be greedy, but I feel like our pocket should be a little fatter because we are low-key promoting it.
Yeah. Look,
I don't ask for much. Just give me like a Target gift card. Your girl don't ask for much.
Send me. Look, you could send us I usually have my cash up here, but since we are on Coco Chanel, aka Pretty Girl Let's Trap content, hit the like.
Yeah, that's all that's our feed.
Put us up in that algorithm. Yes. Help support. We help support. We support each other.
Yeah,
we work. All right, that was a commercial.
Commercial break over.
So back to the program.
This was a funny part. So that's weird because if I get fired, I'm Lord, let me knock on wood. I've never gotten fired from a job. But if I
had somebody stand above me and wait for me to clean out my damn desk when I walked out here and had to do the walk of shame all the way out the door.
Oh.
You're back in 19.
I'm ready to. I'm like, give me a go to girl moment. Picture.
Look, when people was like this when they see you doing this.
Get your white box.
I need you to clean out your desk and you like this. Taking down your pictures and all that. Remember, Pretty Girl, you talked about somebody that had a whole bunch of stuff on their desk.
Girl, yes. She was a hoarder. Ugh.
No, all I had was a coffee cup warmer and maybe my pencils, but I was taking my pencils and pens and stuff.
Girl, I'm taking a few extra supplies if it was me. Like, this mine too.
Back in 9th, look, I'm taking a stapler too. Look.
Staple my next resume. So Paul's so nosy talking about just one question. Who's next? Who's it going to be? You shouldn't be concerned about this, okay? But he is. Then we cut to West denying the hell out of his position. He's like Beyonce and Destiny Child. No. Mama, no.
Look, he like, I don't want this. All he thinking about is all the agita he gets from coaching these guys.
Wow.
All the stress, all of where he feel like his stomach is burning, where he got an ulcer and all that. Remember how he was drinking the Pepsi?
And I know he forgot.
He don't want no parts of that.
Yes. And I appreciate his self-awareness to remember those days because I forgot how bad it was. He was really stressing out as a coach. But he had Bus on his knees begging him. He's like, hey, we have a game tomorrow. Your team needs a coach, okay? What you gonna do?
With him, he seemed like he was so nervous to do this. And then when he said, "Well, I'm not gonna be in charge. Pat is in charge."
Yes.
Pat don't know what's going on. That whole elevator. Look, Pat thought he was getting fired.
Yeah.
He thought he was getting fired because West had actually brought him in.
Yeah.
So he like, well, damn, I gotta look for a job too if they find him.
Exactly.
And he tried to warn him, like you said, pretty girl. He tried to warn him.
Moochie. Because, you know, it was funny. Well, I gotta go back a little bit. Bus was like, how do you feel, Wes, for the Celtics to grab another championship? I said, oh, that is a low blow. Like, I can see the psychology, but it was kind of cute. So we do see Riley. He's envisioning his father, having flashbacks of the day his father got, fired. So he's dealing with a lot of generational type curses and trauma. And, he's interrupted by Westhead, why didn't you warn me? I said that scream, Moochie.
I was saying the same, like, are you serious? Like, why did you try to warn me? He had his head up in the clouds. Oh, I went and got my hair done and make the roots in it and da-da-da-da. Come on, your head was in the clouds.
I was like, are you serious? Like, I said a couple choice words when I heard that. Like, are you serious? Why didn't you warn me?
I was saying that too. Like, I wanted to throw my flip-flop at the screen.
I would have been like, here's Exhibit A on November 1st, 1980. I said, Paul, dude, I would have had a whole list.
First of all, he told him, this is not good. You got to get ahead of this. That was his last warning. If he would have got ahead of this, it probably wouldn't have been so bad. Let me ask you this, pretty girl.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think if he would have got to that office before Magic, would he have been able to diffuse the situation, or do you think he still would have lost his job?
Yeah, I think he still would have lost his job. I don't think that would have helped.
Exactly. That's why I said let's move on with the Pat Riley coaching and his dynasty, and we started to do all of that for him.
And Riley probably knew that too, but he at least wanted to like just try, to save his job, even though it wasn't much that he could do if, the ultimate decision was to fire him. But Riley was hella classy. He was way classier than what I would have been. All right. Cause I would have gave West my ass to kiss.
You know why? Because he's still humble because he gave him a shot.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he was thinking, well, I got this far. I could probably take this and go somewhere else with it. He was just thinking about where am I gonna land with this right now?
Exactly.
That was his biggest worry.
Yeah.
And he didn't know. He landed on his feet and on top.
Exactly. That's the part I did like, because he was like, well, I'm sorry, I did ruin your shot, but he backed it up and was like, Westhead, you gave me the shot, so it is what it is. So they was, had a little cute moment. We had a good run, a little short but goodbyes, but he did mention, he did ask Riley, hey, did they can you too? And he was like, well, Bill called and they want to see me. So we see Riley he's on his way to West's office, both Bill and West. They was like, no, we're going to, he wants to do this in front of a press conference. I was like, hold on. Like, so unprofessional, low-key. I'm like, teams and front offices, they at least days or weeks to prepare for certain, rollouts when it comes to information. Y'all, the way Bus handled this press conference.
This was crazy how this was handled. From the press conference on up to how they brought Pat Riley up, and he didn't even know he was going to be he thought he was going to actually get fired at a press conference.
Yes.
So he didn't want that humiliation. Not at all.
Yes, exactly. Hey, Daria. Hey, David. Yeah. And it was weird because Bus was like, well, I'm sure you guys have heard, Westhead is no longer the head coach. I have appointed West as the official offensive captain, effective immediately. And they're like, and I had the same question. I don't know too much about football. I know the basics. And they was asking him, so what it is, baseball? I'm like, football? Like, what are we doing here? Like, who's going to be the head coach? So West was trying to make it very clear in the sense, like, I will be working for and with Pat Riley. Like, I'm not nobody's head coach.
When he said the 4 part, they was like, so Pat Riley's the coach?
Yes.
Listen, and he didn't even know what was going on. So it's just
It
like
was so unclear. So unclear. I'm like, I don't know. I can't, you can't curse your boss out, but that was one of those situations where you had a job, you can't wait to get home and tell the first person, like, you saw what this fool had me do today.
But he couldn't even do that. He couldn't even do that when he got home.
No, at all. So Riley, he eventually goes up and, they're asking him, bombarding him with these questions. He was like, hey, I don't know nothing about hiring nobody's assistant because I'm still thinking about what I'm gonna eat for lunch. Like, I don't know what's going on. But it was funny because they had Westhead, at the same time leaving the building with his box. I'm like, this is hella awkward. He see, Riley at the podium, and Riley was like, this has been a long, rough day. Westhead was a friend, is a friend. And I'm pretty much here just trying to work. And I'm just like, this is a hot mess. A hot mess. I wish, and I haven't had time to do any like research, but I need to see the real footage. I want to see how this.
Yo, you know what? I wonder if they do have it.
They got to be somewhere. They got to be somewhere.
We're gonna do some digging, and we might have something. We might have a surprise next week. I don't know if you invite me back or however you want to do this.
Oh gosh, but yes, we got to figure this out because I'm like, because normally when I see certain things in episodes, like afterwards, I'll be Googling real hard. Like my thumbs be tired. Like, is this real? How did
I don't even have to do this. You know what I do?
Mm.
I go talk to my brother. He'll tell me. Or like after I get off of this, because I haven't spoken to him about this because I was feeling a kind of way because I wanted to do this. I wanted to do this show real bad. But I just was like, all right, usually what I get all my sports stuff from my brother. He's like, and then my son, he's with the new stuff, and then they talk. So it's just all you gotta do is just sit there and listen and exactly.
No, yeah.
So I remember they did say this sports.
It really
the press conference was for real. So it got to be some sort of documentation of it. And we're gonna try to find it.
It's a matter of finding it. It's somewhere in the crates. And I'm like that too. My family is a big basketball family, but that really means
you telling me that when we covered it last year.
I'll have a 5-minute question and I'll be on the phone for 2 hours. So sometimes I just don't bother asking my family because we're going to go into this, a whole nother thing. And I'm like, I ain't had time. I don't have a whole 2 hours. All right. Thank you for the answer. But
that's actually how I found out about Kareem's house burning down during the playoffs. My brother told me all of that. He was like, nah, you know why this happened? You know why he stayed on so long? And he broke it down to me.
Oh, okay.
And whoever he had as his lawyer, not his lawyer, whoever was handling it was no insurance on the house, so he had to work them. That's why he played all them years.
Okay.
I don't know if they're gonna cover it. I gotta ask my brother what year that happened because he said it happened during the playoffs. Like he was in the middle. They were in the middle of the playoffs.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that.
Yeah. Usually, you know how.
Yeah, I feel like we got into the details.
Facts next week.
I can't remember though. I remember like us talking about that, but I can't remember the year because I feel like you did tell us a year, but I don't remember. I
gotta go back and look. But anyway, moving on. Sorry.
No, you good. So right after that, we see Riley. He's in his new office, which was Westhead's old office, and Wes comes in immediately like, "Hey, I'm gonna be on that bench." Just as a consultant, okay? So don't be over here getting yourself ejected because I'm not trying to coach for nothing, okay? And it's so funny how just even last year he will always be, just behind the scenes, like, he can't even watch the game when it's going because he's so stressed out.
You know what? I knew somebody like that when their kid played, they used to stand in the hallway to watch and don't watch his game.
Really?
It was when my son was playing ball. The guy said he used to be so like his
nervous.
He used to go stand in the hall when his son was playing. And I was like, damn. That's when my son went to nationals and the man was doing that. Hey,
Hey, y'all, queen. Yeah, I can't. And don't get me wrong. Like, I'm starting to get my nephew in sports. He did soccer last
It
spring.
happens. You get just as
And
nervous as them kids when they playing.
yeah, I would have like we went all the way to the championship, and I have bubble guts, child. Like, I was to the point where I wanted to talk to the coaches. Like, I don't know national about no soccer, but I'm like, y'all not doing this right.
Look, okay. I was the team mom when my son used to play ball. I knew who had bubble guts in the back. I knew. Look, where they be like, look, we gotta get there, mama, because look, I gotta go to the bathroom before we start. Look, I'm not mentioning no names, but it was certain people that used to be nervous before basketball games, especially if they was playing certain people.
Yeah, that's normal. Like, when I never played sports. When I used to do stepping and stuff in college, like, I would be like that backstage, like pacing, like just nerves. But as soon as I'm out on the stage, like, I'm good. Like, the nerves gone. But beforehand, oh Lord, anxiety. Monique Johnson, I think she's giving us the year with Kareem, I believe. You can clarify, boo. But she said 1981 to 82. So that would mean this particular playoff season.
So this might be the playoff season at his house. Like,
yeah, maybe.
Trust me, y'all. So look, I'm giving y'all a foreshadowing moment because look, I'm old. I know all of this stuff. All right, look.
But we don't know if they're going to cover it. That's the thing. I hope they do. But
I think they are.
They probably will touch on
that was like a major part of it.
Okay.
Because remember this episode.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry about putting my track shoes on.
No, you good.
But do you remember when he hit him in when
skating?
No. Yeah, the skating ring when he approached Magic, he told him, like, I know you're mad about Magic, and I know you're the father of this team and all that. That whole speech. Remember, he said he wasn't going to sign the extension. So now we see now we're gonna know why he actually signed it.
Because he ends up signing it. Okay.
It's gonna be some drama leading to it.
Okay, that's good to know. So yeah, we're gonna get there a little bit more with the skating thing because they had a good conversation. So at the pregame, the next game where the new coaching assignment has been handed down, we see Wes all like he's real Busta Rhymes in the hallway, like, come on guys, let's get it, go on, get it. What the hell? And he's talking to Riley, why you over here, pussy?
Oh, he couldn't even say nothing to Kareem. He looked like he was scared of him. He like, have a good game, Kareem.
It was hilarious. He was like, you make sure to make this team understand that you are the boss, especially Johnson. Make sure you tell him that you're not gonna be over there, his little whipping boy, like he did Westhead. Which is some good advice. But Riley, he's a little more cool. He a little more calm, collected than West, his old anxiety-driven self. But we see the crowd over there booing Magic, calling him a $25 million crybaby. They really upset, which I didn't anticipate the crowd being upset because technically,
you got somebody fired. I mean, I get it.
I was thinking more so, and we'll see that.
And they was winning. Look, they looking at this guy got him fired because they was winning because he didn't want to play the way that he wanted.
Yeah.
So I get it.
I get it, but at this time we haven't.
God, I'm sorry.
We haven't had any repercussions yet. Like, we haven't started losing yet. So I would have thought, after we lost a couple of games, then be upset because at this point, as a fan, yeah, you may be salty, but you don't know how this is gonna turn out. But apparently, we see Bus, he's stressing, right? I want your opinion on this honey chick, right? So apparently, Jim Murray is a famed reporter, very reputable at this time. So Bus is reading all the critiques that Murray is giving him, saying, he's ill fit, to be an owner. He doesn't know what he's doing, but yada, yada, yada. So it's stressing Bus out. And honey, she's always driving home. This doesn't mean anything. This is nothing. Like, don't get me wrong. As a wife and as a partner, you want to be able to de-stress your spouse. But I feel like she minimizes his professional life. Like, I feel like this is his team, and he said it. This is my name. This is my reputation. But she's all more like num your whole ring and cute. Like, she's a little too like, I don't know. Like,
She's too zen for you. She's too zen for you. She's too calm for you.
You're not really
but I feel like
zen.
You know how sometimes you need a calm person to calm your excitement down.
Yeah.
If you have somebody talking to you like everything's gonna be all right, you don't have to worry.
I get it. But I feel like when she's doing that, she's also just minimizing the importance of his team. Like, I feel like there's a way to what's the word I'm looking for? To acknowledge, how important something is to a person, but still manage to de-stress them. I just feel like she's always like, it's just basketball. Like, I get it, but I don't know. I just sometimes don't like her approach with it. Like,
I feel like you feel like she should express that it's more important because of how much he has invested into this.
Like, because it's a funny thing, because you want to kind of say those things to let them know, hey, everything's going to be okay. But I feel like she's kind of, I don't know. I feel like she doesn't, I don't want to say respect what he's doing, but
she doesn't understand how much,
like, how
I feel like she doesn't understand how serious this is.
Yeah,
she just thinks it's like a hobby of his because he's actually a doctor.
Yeah, like, she's not taking it serious. She's not really, just saying like, oh, it's just like it's like he just out there just playing recreational ball at the Y. Like, no, I have millions of dollars at stake. I have people's lives at stake. Like, I feel like there's a balance, and sometimes I don't know how I feel about the way she's balancing these conversations with him, especially when it comes to Jeannie. And then she asked him, like, I didn't ask for this engagement ring, but if you want me to continue to, wearing this ring, you got to realize this issue doesn't matter. But it does matter. That's the part. It's like, it does matter, but it's just a way of being able to, have these conversations with him where we both acknowledge this is your, life, but I'm going to, put this thing on you real quick so you can calm your behind down.
What? I got to fast forward. I want to find out if they stayed married. I'm Googling it right now.
This is what I read maybe last week, that maybe there's been some developments, but they were saying that Honey may be like a combination of different women. So she's not possibly.
Oh, so it's not even one particular, and that's probably why it made sense the comment that Magic said to him when he was in the office when they had that little shouting match.
What comment?
Did we pass it already?
No, I don't think we passed it. No.
When he passed it yet.
The meeting he had right before before West had.
Yeah. The meeting that he had when he was in the office when they had.
Yeah, but what comment were you talking about specifically?
Oh, when he said you so busy, don't talk about my father.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Pushing up at everybody else. So yeah, we already see that he's still living that Playboy lifestyle.
Okay.
Not for nothing, he was hanging out at the mansion too.
That is facts.
Look at them on the book he had with all the girls in there.
Child. That was the thing, and I forgot to mention that. How do you feel about him bringing Magic's father in the conversation? Because that was a low blow. Yeah,
that was a low blow.
Yeah. S.J. Smith, what's up? You say in real life they had 2 kids. And that's the thing. He may have like a second wife that they're basing off of, but there was just like 1 or 2 articles that I saw last week. Maybe it's been some updates. But I need to do research on this Honey chick. Because he did have someone he had after his wife. What's up, Torian? Thank you for coming through. But yeah, that was bringing in the father. I didn't like that, and the fact that he's been checked twice with the word giving. Like, I gave you $25 million. I gave Magic.
No, like, exactly. You're absolutely right. You had to think. For you to offer me this, you had to think I was worth it. That's how Magic kind of saying it, but not saying it.
Exactly. Like, you ain't doing this because you love me like a son. Like, he told him the truth.
And like, it is.
Yeah. Anywho, this skate party. So, long story short, Bus is trying to convince Kareem that he's valuable, right? So, he's saying, he understand, the rollout of the news with the Magic contract. It could have been handled better. So he did apologize for that. And he's pretty much saying, like how you said earlier, you're the father of this team. I don't want to let you go. So he offered him like, hey, 2.5 million. And then, you can book any, act at the forum. So that may be like an additional 3 million. So that would be, he's trying to help kind of rectify the situation a little bit. Because at this point, Kareem's been playing like 10, 11 seasons. So I would feel a way if this rookie came in and he's getting all this bread. I mean, it's understandable in the sense because he's younger and he's more valuable in terms of physically. But I would still feel a way if I was Kareem. And Kareem was like, you think I envy Magic? No, I don't envy Magic. He was young, naive. You took advantage of him. And he said in 5 years, what you giving him now is going to be average. And then in 10 years, Magic is going to realize he's been played in a sense and going to regret this whole contract. So, he said it's not about Magic. It's about you. He said, I have an issue with you. You're superficial. You just over here just being selfish. Like, it's you. You're my problem. So how do you feel about...
I was glad he said what he said to him, though.
Mm-hmm.
And not for nothing, the way Kareem talks, it's like he could shrink. He shrunk him down to this.
Yeah. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that conversation. Because I feel like Bus needed to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he needs to hear that.
Definitely.
Yeah, because it's not really saying about Bus because I didn't know him like as a person.
You're just talking about the show in general.
Yeah,
so we know that.
In general, the owners is known. We had oh my God, I forgot the Clippers owner. Oh, I forgot the racist guy.
Sterling.
Yes,
Donald Sterling. I think it's Donald Sterling.
Yes, Donald Sterling. People like that where, it's kind of, and I think sports in general is like a slave mentality in a sense, oh, I'm giving you this. You're blessed to do this, but I'm making you all this money. And don't forget, I may be getting 10 million, but you're making 20 times that.
Exactly.
So don't come over here like you doing me favors. Like you're not at all. Tamika, what's up? You said Kareem did drop some knowledge. Definitely. Brillo said Kareem is a hater.
Here you go, Brillo.
Can you elaborate on that, please?
The plug always going to talk about who he hates.
Yeah, we need you to elaborate on the hateration, okay?
Good thing this wasn't a crime show. He'd be saying Kareem needs his water turned off. Right, Brillo?
Brillo would have Magic out here playing by himself, 5-on-1. Somebody needs their water turned off. Even the coach. Well, he probably would keep Riley. Okay, so Moochie, Honey and Jeannie at breakfast. So she kind of blocks her into where she has to kind of corner Jeannie, to kind of have a conversation with her. So she's asking her, hey, your dad's under a little stress, a lot of stress. Do you mind just kind of, calming down with, the stuff at work and what have you? And this is the thing. I feel like she's minimizing what's going on. Like, girl, this is a multi-million-dollar operation here. What do you mean, chill out, go easy on my dad because he's under a lot of pressure. This is the name of the game. And that's kind of how
Jeannie realizes that she's dealing with an airhead. I'm sorry. Look, I'm just saying, look, some things, I had a friend tell me this one time. Some things are just beyond your understanding. And that's what it is with her. Some things is just beyond her understanding. She don't understand what's going on. She don't know what's going on.
You may be right. Yeah, it's probably definitely given too many shrooms in the 70s and, too much bud. You are right. Because I'm like, girl, what are you talking about? He ain't got no regular insurance salesman job. He's over here. NBA owner. Girl, calm down. And of course, she tries to, I don't know if this is, you would think is manipulation or not, but she was like, I understand you see me over here playing Monopoly, and, I just want your dad have his two best gals over here, just chumming it up. I'm here for you. I'm going to marry your dad. She was like, I know, I picked out the ring.
I would have been like that too with my father. I'm sorry.
No, that's facts. Because I feel like it's very delicate.
All sorts of stuff.
When you deal with that, step parent type situation, it's a little delicate. And I'm sure it may be giving like a several year difference between Honey and Jeannie, because it's a clear age difference between Honey and Bus.
Look, I just need you to move your car.
Exactly. Like over here trying to have a heart to heart.
Look, you trying to have a heart to heart with me. I gotta go to work. It's stuff going on. I just need you to move your car. How about that? Move your car so I can get going.
You want me to de-stress my daddy? Cool. Let me get to work so I can get some work done.
I just need you to move your car.
So Jeannie goes to work and she's busting the office. Can you tell your girlfriend? She didn't even care to say the fiance. She said your girlfriend, but nobody was there. Magic was there. So apparently he had a failed meeting with 7-Up. Oh Lord, do they still make 7-Up? Anywho,
yeah, they make 7-Up, girl.
I haven't seen 7-Up in a minute.
You know what? Do that?
That's what I'm saying. You know what? I feel like I asked myself that question several years ago, and I think I found out they still do in other countries, but don't quote me. But apparently 7-Up is feeling away. It's seemingly about Magic and just how he's operating. He said the deal didn't pretty much go as planned. They kind of on this wait and see. So Magic is kind of dealing with some fallback of this whole situation with Westhead with his endorsements. But Jeannie, she's like, hey, I look up to you. You're my hero. You stood up to my father. That's something that I wasn't able to do. So her and Magic, kind of getting, a little chummy. They can relate when it comes to Jerry on some level. Oh Lord. So, child, we on a losing streak, child. We done lost.
I mean, they won the first couple of games. They losing now.
They lost one. They won the first one that Riley kind of was the head coach, air quotes. So they did win that game, but they lost the 4 games after that.
Yeah, but they won that first game by a lot of points.
Yes, it was about 20
points.
I
think it was 125. I can't remember, but I know it was like
I think it was 116 to 136 against the Spurs.
Yeah, I know it was like a real high score.
Yeah, it was a 20-point lead. And I thank you for bringing that up because Riley was like, over here, guys, we're just going to wing it. We're just going to wing it. I'm like, what? And see that you can see the contrast between him and Westhead, because the Westhead was a lot more, systematic, aka
structured.
And Riley was like, wing it. So the players was happy, like, wing it, we can do what we want. That's music to Magic's ears at this point. But it's kind of hilarious because you would think Riley had more of a plan, but he fell into this. He thought he was fired, a day or so ago. So he haven't had a time, chance to kind of plan anything or, work any plays out. Do you have anything to say about Riley and just, that first
I feel like what was happening was he was trying to be a people pleaser.
Yeah.
He was trying to be a people pleaser and make everybody happy. So he was basically, they was coming to complain and he was listening and trying to kind of work whatever they wanted done.
Yeah.
And this is why they was losing, because he was basically trying to be a people pleaser.
Yeah. And the front office, they're stressed out, and they was like, he was like, we love Patricia and all, but something's got to give. They don't need a bosom buddy. They need somebody that's really going to coach them and have an authority figure. And they're saying he's too hippie. He's not like how he was as a player. But we find out that he kind of taking this approach through, advice from his wife. Because remember, like when he first was kind of introduced to the show, he was a little, at the beach all the time, just real, he still had some weird stressors and things going on, but we find out
Yeah,
that
but
Bill,
Riley was still playing ball at the beach.
yes,
And playing good.
yes, he was still giving a young boy something to play about. And then in the midst of that meeting, Bill, it's one of those things I feel like it's God, divine intervention, right? Where Bill, he loses his voice while he started coughing up blood during the meeting.
That was scary.
I know, right? I thought he was about to croak. I'm like,
I thought he was going to pass away right there. I thought he was going to kick the bucket.
I was like, Lord, no, I ain't ready for no funeral.
I did think he was going to kick the bucket, though.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be something serious. But, Riley even felt, he was like, see, that man about to fire me, and now he done lost his voice. But he's venting to his wife, like, hey, I'm trying to be positive. I'm trying to listen to what you're saying to me, what you're telling me to do. But they like me, but they don't respect me. I can tell them what to do, but they turn around and do whatever they want to do. Like, he's trying to find that balance, because Westhead, he had the structure and the plan, but he didn't know how to relate to his players. But now we have
to relate, and he, how can I say it?
He didn't know how to build.
He didn't know how to relate, and he didn't really show authority. He was trying to, but he didn't. They didn't respect him either.
Yeah, I feel
they really didn't respect him.
I feel like I don't know. Do you feel Kareem respected, or just liked him, just liked Westhead?
I feel like he respected him.
Okay. Yeah,
I feel like he just respected him as a coworker. I feel like
Yeah, I get it. Got it.
I feel like the way Kareem does, he compartmentalizes everything.
Yeah, because I was like thinking, like, who does Kareem really like?
Yeah, you can't tell.
Exactly. You probably don't like no damn body, but it's white. So Riley's kind of deal with that internal conflict, because he's like, dang, I wish I had what my dad had. My dad ruled with an iron fist. He was strict. People respected him. They feared him. But his wife was like, no, that's not necessarily the way to go either. That was something.
I think, look, once he did the iron fist and this happened with his hand.
Oh, yeah, we about to get into that.
Everything changed.
Yes. So Riley and Bus have a meeting, and he was like, hey, Bill wants to cut you, but I'm tired. He's like, an old grandma. Like, I'm tired of these grandkids fighting up in here. He said, I want some order. I want some consistency. Like, do you want to coach my team? He was like, yeah, I want to coach the team. He's like, all right, let's get it. So I'm like, yay. He didn't get fired. But we lose.
He really thought he was going to get fired, though.
Yeah.
He was nervous, too. Well, he probably had bubble guts.
Everybody had bubble guts this episode. I know the bathrooms was lit up, okay? So they lose 2 more games after this, and they're like, okay, what's going on? And Riley, I like this scene because he's like caught up in the Matrix. He's in a locker room, and we got the montage of like the teammates telling Riley, like, oh, can you tell such and such to, give me the ball, tell such and such to play defense. We have Magic telling him, like, all right, I'm going to break at this time. I'm going to play. Like, he's just really just going through it with these players and their demands, and he's tired of it. They try to invite him to the strip club. Like, it's real hilarious. No respect at all. But they like him. They telling him his shirts is, fire. Like, it's definitely not a coach.
Look, they telling them all of this so they could get what they want out of the deal. So you know how if you give them a pat, let me give you a pat on your back so you let me do my show. Let me shine on the court.
Because we winging it.
We winging it right now.
Riley was fed up. So he was like, you know what? All right. He went to that little board and he was like, well, y'all shut the F up. Hurt his little fist and everything. They was like, oh, what's going on? He's like, I'm stuck with this Riles ish. I'm coached now with this Riles ish. He was like, Magic over there smiling. He's like, I don't want to see your teeth, Magic. Like, what are you talking about? And he was like, Kareem, people telling me, asking me, when you gonna retire? I tell them it was 2 months ago. You over there just checked out. Like, I was like, all right, Riley. I like it. I like it. And then he said something that was very important because I didn't know if he truly felt this way, but he told Magic, he said, you were so scared that you missed your step that you turned on your coach, and I watched you do it. You're on mute. Oh, she probably talking to somebody. But I love the fact that I think we had to take a call. But I love the fact that Riley said that to Magic, because I didn't really truly know what Riley's like standpoint with the whole situation with West had. So I'm glad he called Magic out on that, because that was necessary. Really necessary. So Moochie, I don't know if you heard, but I was speaking on the line in the locker room where Riley told Magic, you were so scared you missed your step. You turned on Westhead. You turned on him, and I watched you do it. How do you feel about him telling him that?
He told the truth to everybody, and they needed to hear it.
Yeah.
You not a star. You doing too much. Stop coming to me about man. Stop coming to me about Kareem. And I watched you do blah blah. I like the way he calls everybody out when they itch.
Yeah. He was fed.
He told you not a star.
Yeah.
He just got a raise. That the other one. Remember, he didn't even know if he was gonna get cut the end of the season.
Oh, Cooper.
Cooper, yeah. Because that my son loved that guy. He uses him when he play his 2K, I think.
Oh, I think my husband stuff.
Yeah.
Yes. I loved it. I was like, yes, Riley, that's what I'm talking about. Yes. So, and we hear just clips of the reporters. They're commenting on Riley and how he's over there. He in LA fitting in, looking like the leading man. He got the slick back. He got the Armani suits on. I was like, yes, we getting to that.
We getting in that era where now we understand. Monique said it earlier, how and why he got his little hairstyle. And that was all on a fluke. I guess he was like, if this is working, I'm gonna keep doing it.
I know, right? Even the reporter was like, are you gonna keep combing your hair that funny way? He was like, why you like? I was like, all right now. Oh gosh. So we get to the point where the team starts winning, and they are now the top lead in the West, and they actually win the Western Conference Final. So they're pretty much watching the East duke it out. Philly and the Celtics, they're over there, fighting for that top spot. So they're trying to figure out who they're gonna be playing against. But I gotta put a note in that because they are watching this at a bar right after Bus and Honey gets married. Okay. So they get married, Mazel Tov and all that. Jeannie over there, kind of got a little stank face in the background. But yeah, so this was kind of funny to me, and I wish I could find some footage of this. So Philly ends up beating the Celtics. The Celtics are at home, but the Celtics crowd is still yelling, beat LA, beat LA, because they hate LA that bad. They don't care. They just want one of those teams to beat them. But that was kind of cute. We had the team, they kind of yelled back, F Boston. But how do you feel about that? I think that was cool.
Look, we gonna see Magic and the Doctor face off. So yeah, I want to see how they do this. These are games I remember watching with my mom. Everything because she passed away in the 90s. So stuff like this I remember because she was so into this. Where we like, all right, we gotta get everything done tonight because we going in here to watch the game.
Yes.
So so man, these was the games that you really be into it.
Yeah, it was a good. I'm not saying it's not good now, but I started heavily watching ball at I remember it was 95, 96. That was Kobe's rookie year. And I lived in Jacksonville, Florida for a year, right?
Wow.
I just moved. So and it was weird because the station in Florida used to play Laker games and Houston games all the time. It was weird. But that's when I started really just, getting into Kobe, and I've been a fan ever since. But, and then my dad, like I said, he played for the Rucker, he played ball. My uncle, McDonald's team, got offered a letter for the Celtics, blew that away. But that's another thing. So I have a ball family. I don't have any aunts. I don't really have girl cousins. So
now that's why we know why when they get paid.
No, it was from something else. See, my uncle, he ain't.
Look, I'm gonna keep that. Look, I think it's that.
Well, he didn't make it there. He was, he was too much of a thug. Okay, but he didn't get that far.
He was carrying the ham in the gym bag.
I ain't saying nothing. I don't. The statute.
Look, I'll plead the fifth.
The statute of limitations of certain things it does not expire.
Plead the fifth.
But yeah, that's how my mom and stepdad met, on some like loving back. Because my mom, like I said, she played ball, she refereed, she was assistant coach. Like
oh yeah, that's what's up.
She was that girl. So ball is in my veins. But I really started getting into it like in the Kobe era. But now it's just I watch it, but
it's really I watch before, it.
Right? It's not the same because I feel like these players, they're too privileged, they're too weak with the flopping and. It's just too much propaganda. I feel like right now, like I feel like Jordan, he was playing with the flu. You know what I'm saying? Like they was playing rough. We had Rodman every game throwing his body on the line. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like now they throw their body on the floor because they want to get a foul call. You know what I'm saying?
It's back then, I'm gonna say this: from the 80s to the 90s. That from the 80s transition all the way, I'm gonna say up to the, when basketball ruined it for me during the playoffs when that whole OJ chase took place, and then they made the Knicks lose.
I would have been upset.
I was so mad. Like how look I went to work the next day. This is when I worked in an office. It was like a samba when we came in the office that next day, and everybody was so mad that chase ruined the basketball game.
I can understand because there's two finals that I specifically recall. It had to have been like 2000, between 2010 and 12, and I remember 2 years in a row my satellite dish started acting up during like literally the last 2 minutes of like a pivotal game. Like I was upset. Like y'all don't even want to know how many curse words I let off that. But no, I've had situations where y'all playing with me. Like the Lakers play when they was on a like little run. Yeah, the asthma pump was on ready. But yes, that was pretty much the episode. Like it was pretty good. I'm excited. I've been excited, but now we get the Riley era. We got to see what type of like drama and how things fall into play with that. I don't know. I mean, like, I'm very familiar with Pat Riley, but in terms of the story, don't know a lot in terms of the like intricate details. Torian, what's up? You say he wants us to collab on this show every week because we make a good duo on this week. Yes, we did it last season on Moochie's channel.
We did it last season.
Yeah. So we'll see. I normally do it on Mondays. So, if Moochie's schedule is available on Mondays, I don't mind. Of course. Just let me know, girl. But thank y'all tuning in for this hump day. Like I said, the holiday threw it off a little bit. But thank you again, Moochie, for, discussing this with me because I know,
Look, if you have me back, I will be back.
Okay, well, it's a date.
No, we'll talk behind the scenes.
I know, we'll talk. We'll have, I'll have my people call your people, aka me and you'll talk.
We're gonna work it
out. Let's see here. Moochie, what else you have going on coming up on your channel?
All right. So I'm doing the timeline. I'm getting everything. I don't know if I'm going to go live with it or if I'm going to just go ahead and just upload the video because I'm going to explain the timeline of Power Force and Ghost. Because a lot of people's not getting how everything is going down. So y'all gonna take a walk with me, and I'm gonna break it down to y'all. Break it down, so y'all can get it.
I love that because this is kind of a unique situation, right? With the two shows, because we have a lot of overlapping, crossover.
Yeah, and people's not understanding the timeline, and it has to be explained because some things that has happened on Force has not happened yet in Ghost Powerable 2.
Yeah.
And we'll get to it, and please stay tuned.
Yeah.
Trust and believe. It's coming down. Look, y'all gonna see a lot of little pictures and and stuff like that. So that way I can explain it to some of y'all in layman's terms, because people be wanting to argue back and forth with me with stuff. But we good.
You gonna take them to school? You gonna take them to school?
Look, I'm gonna have a chalk. Look,
get that school bus ready, okay? She gonna take you out to school. Yeah, that would be dope. Even if you do, well, we'll talk about it backstage. But yeah,
you might come. Look, we're gonna tour.
Candy Love said back in 2011, 2012, Rondo played with a broken dislocated. Yes, I think Rondo was a hard player too. Like he definitely was one of my favorite Celtics. Well,
but Candy, that's not even the only one. It's people that played with broken toes and all of that stuff. We ain't even get into football.
Yeah, that was a whole other
That's
thing.
why Deion Sanders is so messed up, because he played with broken toes and stuff like that. That's why he lost some of his toes.
Like Kobe,
he only got three of them left.
He played with a broken finger, and I saw they showed the footage of him getting like it adjusted. Oh, y'all know I'm a little punk when
they said my son nose when he broke his nose in nationals. And he was able to play.
Oh, child!
I had to walk. I don't think he wanted to play, so he was like, all they gotta do is do this, and he should be good. And then they put tape on it. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. But y'all, I thank y'all for coming through. Like I said, we got like a half a season left, so I hope let's continue to share this show. If you have anybody that watches it too, because we want to keep this show going. We want a season 3.
I want to see the whole thing play out, y'all. So look, I'm gonna do something. We're gonna do some sort of highlight reel or something just to push it, since they can't push it.
Yeah, we gotta push them.
I want to see a next season of this.
Remember the street teams back in the day, Moochie, with the people
with the stuff on every tree. You all them.
We a little
be like, how when you come to Queens, and it be like from Harlem.
We the unofficial virtual team, okay, of Wing Time, whether they like it or not. And check out, they do have a podcast that they have in lieu of it. I haven't watched it this season, but I used to watch it last season.
I was watching it last season. I'm gonna tune in for it, but I just had a lot of stuff going on.
Me too. That's why. But I love the additional background information as well too. They kind of go into what was kind of actual and factual and stuff. So that was fun to kind of learn about. But yes, tomorrow is Thursday. So you guys, Top Boy is premiering tomorrow. So if you're interested in Top Boy, I will be doing pre-recorded recaps and a couple of additional recaps. My husband may make an appearance, with some of his hot takes too. And I do plan on, once I get all my recaps out, I will be doing a Top Boy Live next week, most likely, to kind of recap the entire series. So be on the lookout for that. Of course, we have Power Book 4 Force reviewing. Of course, we're doing Winning Time. And I feel like I'm missing something, but we also have the Pretty Thorough podcast with Willow and I. We'll be back this Friday. So yes, thank you guys for coming through. Thank you again, everybody in the chat. Thank you, Savannah, for blessing us with both channels with the super sticker. So if y'all like the video on Moochie's channel, please come over to my channel, like the video, subscribe to
show the love on both channels.
Share the love. That's what we like. Okay, it's enough of us. Okay, to be shared. But again, thank you guys for coming through, and hopefully we'll be back next week. All right.